Hey there, this is Red. It's time for another episode of Red Plays. So we've got Marvel Champions on the board, and it's been a couple of weeks since I've played. Well, actually, it's been about a week, so it's been a couple of weeks since I've played on here and made a video. So I spent about a week in Florida and met up with a person out there named Charlie. Thanks, Charlie, for hosting the game in Mount Dora with me, and we played Red Skull. So I wanted to come back here. I'm back in Kansas City and thought I would do another play of Red Skull and see how that worked out. So Red Skull is kind of complicated because there's a lot of stuff that happens as you play Red Skull. And so to complicate it even further, I thought I would play Black Panther with leadership and just try to get all the complication out there. It's actually not protection, so maybe it's not as complicated as it could possibly be, but we're trying to do all the things. Maybe Miss Marvel would be an even more complicated choice. Anyway, we've got Red Skull out there, we've got Black Panther out there, and I'm trying to leadership deck. We're going heavy on allies and a lot of permanents that should stay out there to help me drive my Wakanda Forevers, hopefully. All right, so we've got Red Skull on the board. He starts with 12 hit points. Let's take a look at Rise of the Red Skull. So we've got Red Skull, we've got our standard set in there, we've got our two modular sets. It says put the red house into play, shuffle every other side scheme into the side scheme deck and set it next to the encounter deck. Set the sleeper aside out of play. So let's see if we've got that done. So we have sleepers over here out of play. We do have our standard encounter set and the two modular sets. We've got the red house out there, which says, Red Skull built his fortress over the White House as a symbol of Hydra's conquest over America. Red Skull cannot take damage, so interrupt when a character thwarts this side scheme, then we use their attack instead of their thwart. So I can go at it with my attack instead. All right, and it needs 3 threat on there, so I'm gonna go with 3. All right, 3 threat on the red house, and then so we fulfilled 1A. We're going to go over to 1B. Boom. This is our little stack of side schemes. All right, so Red Skull plans to conquer the world with the power of the Reality Stone. He uses his strategic genius to keep you busy while he works toward his goal. So force response after resolving step 1 of the villain phase, reveal the top card of the side scheme deck and put it into play. All right, so we get bonus side schemes. That's always great. All right, it's going to cap out at 8. All right, so let's get T'Challa ready here. So, been a while since we've played T'Challa. So we've got Foresight. I get a search for a Black Panther upgrade and add it to my hand. And we're going to start with 6. All right, so I'm going to go with 6 here. Let's see what we come up with. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now this deck is really ally heavy. And this is going to be a way that I don't normally play, which is going to involve some building. All right. So things we're looking at in this starting hand that don't do us any good is probably this Avengers Assemble and this First Aid. I think we'll get rid of those. We'll get 2 other cards. We've got an Endurance and another Avengers Assemble. All right. All right, so we got none of our Black Panther upgrades, so we need to go looking for a Black Panther upgrade. So, which one are we going to go after here? So, Tactical Genius may be a good one to get out off the bat because of all of the schemy threat that's going to be out here right at the start. So I think we will go with that. We will go with Tactical Genius. All right. Wow, I'm not impressed with my starting hand. We'll see how this goes here. All right, so there's not really a whole lot I can do as T'Challa, so we're going to go ahead and flip on over. We're starting now. Game on. All right. And there's our hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now we're going to flip over to Black Panther. So the good thing is Black Panther's got Retaliate 1, so we'll be doing a little bit of damage there. All right, now Avengers Assemble isn't going to do us any good, so I think we will, let's see how this plays out. So that would be 3 to get the Helicarrier out, and then we can use Helicarrier and Endurance to get Team Training out, and Vibranium to get Tactical Genius out. I think that's a plan. So 1, 2, 3. we're going to get a helicarrier out there. All right, then we're going to use our endurance and our helicarrier. Oop, I forgot. I'm using tokens to tap. We're going to put team training into play. So I haven't played team training before. It says, to support condition, play under any player's control, max 1 per player. Each ally you control gets 1 hit point. All right, it's going to make my allies tougher, which I haven't seen any of yet, but eventually they should come out. All right, and then we're going to spend 2, and we're going to bring our Tactical Genius into play, which is one of our Black Panther upgrades. But I need to play Wakanda Forevers to do my Tactical Genius stuff. All right. So we've got Black Panther out there, and I think we're going to go ahead and we'll exhaust, and it doesn't matter, we attack for 2 and we thwart for 2. So we'll go ahead and thwart for 2 off the Red House. So it's down to 1. And then we will be complete at that point in time. So we're going to unexhaust here, and we're going to drop to our hand size of 5. Hopefully we get something a little bit better here. So we've got a Black Knight, target acquired, Avengers Tower, Energy, and Squirrel Girl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a pretty decent set of stuff. I'm happy with that. All right, so we're going to go over to the villain's turn. First thing that's going to happen on villain's turn is we're going to put 1 threat on the main scheme. And then we have our forced response, which says, after resolving step 1 of the villain phase, reveal the top card of the side scheme deck and put it into play. All right, so we've got top card is Censor the Past. Hydra controls all media outlets and uses propaganda to turn the masses against the heroes of the past. So when defeated, each player chooses up to 3 cards in their discard pile and shuffles them into their deck, which is nice. And it's going to start with 3, and it's going to do an acceleration token. I'm going to put 3 on there. More threat, just what we didn't need. And let's put a little acceleration thing out there so we remember it. Okay. Villain's turn. What's going to happen is Red Skull is going to see Black Panther out there. I think I'm going to go ahead and just take this attack. So it says Red Skull gets +1 attack for each side scheme in play. So he's got 1, 2 side schemes in play. So he's attacking for 2. He's going to get a boost of, not from that deck, he gets a boost over here, a boost of 2. So he's going to hit me for 4. So I take 4 damage. Now the good news there is that Black Panther has Retaliate 1. So we're going to Retaliate 1 back. Oh, wait a minute. While the Red House is in play, he cannot take damage, so that does not retaliate back on him. Oh, foiled. Okay. Next up, we need an encounter card. And we get Red Skull's Luger attached to Red Skull. He's going to get piercing and range, which is going to stop my retaliate. Oh, man. All right, I need to discard 1 of each in order to make it go away. All right, that's the end of the villain's turn. We're over to the hero's turn. Okay, what are we looking at here? We're looking at the target acquired I put in there because we have boost cards with annoying things in Red Skull's deck. Let's see here. We have a helicarrier, which will make something 1 cheaper, so I can bring Black Knight in at a cost of 2. Which would be good. That means I could use that to bring Black Knight in. Or I can bring my Avengers Tower in there, which is going to reduce the cost of the next Avenger played by 1, which means I could bring Black Knight in at a cost of 2. Let's do this. We're going to go ahead and bring our Avengers Tower in. Oop. All right, because we're trying to get permanents out there. All right, so we've got Avengers Tower. Let's see here. If each of your allies has the Avenger trait, increase your ally limit by 1. Exhaust Avengers Tower, reduce the cost of the next Avenger ally played this phase by 1. Okay. So, let's see here. I can make an Avenger cost 2 cheaper. So I could bring in Black Knight for a cost of 1. or I can bring in Squirrel Girl for free and play target acquired. I think I'm going to go that route. But first, I think what I'm going to do is we're going to get rid of this red house. So as Squirrel Girl comes into play, that damage actually happens. Is that what we want to do? Yeah, I think so. We're going to exhaust to thwart for 2. We're going to take out the red house. So the red house is going to go away. All right, then we're going to go 1 cheaper and 1 cheaper. Reduce the cost by 1 and reduce the cost by 1. So Squirrel Girl is going to cost 0 to bring into play. And after she enters play, deal 1 damage to each enemy. So the Red Skull is going to take 1. All right. And then I think we're going to use Squirrel Girl. We're going to exhaust her to thwart. We're going to take 1 off of Censor of the Past. So she takes 1 consequential damage. Now remember, she gets +1 hit point from our team training out there. And then we're going to put target acquired into play. All right, so target acquired is my mess with the boost card. So after boost card is turned face up, discard target acquired, cancel that card's boost ability. All right, because there's a lot of Red Skull's got a decent amount of like little star cards that do annoying things. All right, so that's going to be the end of my turn because I don't have anything else I can do. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up my tokens. And I'm going to be done. So I'm going to draw back up to a hand size of 5. And we get Strength in Numbers, a Wakanda Forever, Downtime, Stinger, and a Wakanda Forever. All of my gear must be buried in here, down towards the bottom. And that's not how it's supposed to go. All right. We're over to the villain phase. Villain phase, we're going to put 2 on the main scheme. So it's going to be up to 3. All right, we're going to grab, because of the forced response here, we're going to look at a new side scheme, and we get, what's this one? Hydra Patrol. Hydra soldiers perform routine patrols to maintain control of their territory. That's going to come out with 2 on it. All right. Now, the good news is, with some Wakanda Forevers, I can clear this up. All right. So now we're going to go over the villain's turn. Red Skull is going to look to attack Black Panther. I think we're going to go ahead and put Squirrel Girl in front of this. She's going to block, so we're going to exhaust her to block. So he's attacking for 1, 2, and he gets a boost from the gun, so he's got piercing and ranged there. So 1, 2, 3, plus a boost of 2. So he's hitting Squirrel Girl for 5. Yeah, Squirrel Girl's gone. And then we're going to draw an encounter card. Encounter card is Hydra Soldiers, which have guard. And when I defeat them, they deal the engaged player an encounter card. Awesome. Things are going well. All right. Back to my turn. So what are we going to do on my turn? Now, I do have 2 Wakanda Forevers. And I've got Stinger I can bring into play. Let's see here. So I can... We're going to go ahead and use our Avengers Tower. Reduce the cost of the next Avenger ally play, which is Stinger. So Stinger's going to come into play for free. All right. We will have Stinger. How do we want to do this? Let's do it this way. We're going to use a Wakanda Forever, which is going to fire off our Tactical Genius. And that says remove 1 threat from a scheme, 2 threat instead. Ooh, hold on. I have to pay for the Wakanda Forever, so we'll do that. We'll use the helicarrier to reduce the cost of Wakanda Forever by 1. All right, so it says, resolve the special ability of each Black Panther upgrade in order. All right, I only have 1, and it says remove 1 threat from a scheme, 2 threat if this is the final step of the sequence, and it is. So we're going to use 2 threat off of the Hydra Patrol. And this says, when defeated, each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a Hydra minion and puts it into play. Engaged with them, shuffle the encounter deck. So we're going to look for a Hydra minion, which I'm pretty sure I know which one I want here, these Hydra regulars. And we're going to put him into play, so that means he's not revealed, so he's going to come into play just as a Hydra regular. All right, then could strengthen numbers and draw a card. Should I do it that way? Actually, I think we're going to do strengthen numbers and bring our downtime into play. So I'm going to use that for the 1. Then I think we take out, I think we're going to exhaust to take out Censor the Past. All right, so when Censor the Past goes away, it says when defeated, each player chooses up to 3 cards in your discard pile and shuffles them into your deck. So up to 3 cards. Let's see here. Well, that's 1 for sure. Now really, I'm looking for I think we'll put that back in there and we'll call it good there. Because I really want my gear. I want to put, I'm really hoping to get my gear, which I haven't seen yet. All right, we haven't used Stinger yet. I think we're going to go ahead and use Stinger. And do we have Stinger take 1 off of Rise of the Red Skull, or do we have them? Yeah, I think we're going to have Stinger take 1 off Rise of the Red Skull. All right, so exhaust Stinger. We'll take 1 off the Rise of the Red Skull. Knock it down just a little bit. All right, and she takes 1 consequential damage from that. All right, so that is going to be the end of my round because there's nothing else I can do. I'm at 4 of 11, so we're okay there. Okay. So we're going to unexhaust everything, and we've got a Wakanda Forever. We're going to draw 4 more cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're back up to 5. Holy cow. That's a lot of Wakanda Forever with only 1 card out there. Okay. Villain's turn. What's going to happen on the villain's turn? We're going to put 1 threat on the main scheme. I got rid of the thing that was racking up the additional. We're going to draw, because of the special thing, we're going to draw a side scheme which says, great! Rising from the Potomac River, the sleeper has awakened to answer the Red Skull's summons. This scheme cannot leave play while the sleeper is in play. When revealed, put the sleeper into play, engage with the first player. When the sleeper is defeated, remove this card from the game. All right, so we have a new side scheme, and the sleeper comes into play. So the sleeper is 1, 3, guard, retaliate 1, and toughness. When revealed, the sleeper engages the first player. All right. So he's going to come out. He also gets toughness, so I need to find a little, where's our toughness at? There we go. Guard, retaliate, toughness. Great. He's got all the great things. Wow, I'm going to be potentially taking a lot of damage this turn. All right, so villain's turn. What do we have going on here? We've got the Red Skull is going to look to attack. Stinger is going to step in front of this attack because he's attacking for 1, 2 plus a boost card. It's going to boost for a boost icon. If this card resolves during an undefended attack, discard a support you control. It was defended by the Stinger, so Stinger's going to be out of there. All right, next up we're going to have the Hydra Regular is going to attack for 2, and the Hydra Soldier is going to attack for 2. So I'm taking 4 from that. So I've taken 8. Then I'm going to have to defend against the Sleeper who's attacking for 3, which is going to knock me down. I've got a 2 defense. He's going to hit me for 1 more. Yikes. So I'm at 9 out of 11. That hurts. All right. And then we're going to get encounter card. Let's see what kind of encounter card we get. We get Spreading Lies. When revealed, place 2 threat on each scheme in play. All right, so 2 threat here. And 2 threat here. Although it doesn't do any good because it's potentially just going to go away. All right, things are not looking good for Black Panther at this point in time. All right, hero's turn. I think Black Panther's going to be taking a nap this turn. We can bring Giant Man out to do some damage. Let's see here. Giant Man. Well, let's see. Giant Man can come out. He's going to cost, I can reduce him by 1, reduce him by another. So he's only going to cost 3 to bring out there. So there's 3. Bring out Giant Man. All right, Giant Man can attack for 4 right now because he gets +2 attack while he has 3 or more remaining hit points, and with team training he actually has 5. So we're going to attack for 4. He's going to take 1 consequential doing that, and we're going to take out the Hydra Soldier. All right. Next thing we're going to do is Black Panther is going to pull off a Wakanda Forever, which says we're going to take 2 threat off of a scheme. So we're going to take 2 threat off of Rise of the Red Skull. Don't know that it's going to matter a whole lot, but we might as well use it. Then we're going to go to Alter Ego side. And at that point, we're done. Didn't do a whole lot, but that's all that we can do. All right, but now we get to go back up to a hand size of 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, look, it's my first piece of my gear, or my second piece of my gear. That's the first one I've drawn, because that one was one that I went and picked out specifically. Yikes. All right, villain's turn. What's going to go on here? First off, we're going to put 1 threat on the main scheme. It's going to go up to 4. We are going to draw a side scheme, and we get Mass Chaos. Red Skull creates catastrophes across the country to keep his enemies busy. When revealed, each player discards the top 5 cards of their deck and places 1 threat here for each different type of resource icon they discarded in this way. Okay, so we're going to go for my top 5 cards, which is going to be probably the rest of my gear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what we come up with. A Vibranium, Hawkeye, War Machine, my Daggers, and Avengers Mansion. So our different icons are, we've got a wild, a physical, and a mental. So we have 3 different icons. So Mass Chaos is going to get 3 threat on it. All right, so now the scheming's going to go on because Red Skull is going to see T'Challa out there. Now he's going to scheme for 2, he's going to get a bonus of 1, and then he's going to get a boost. So we're at 3. Boost says give the villain a tough status card and another boost card. And I can't play my target acquired which is here because it's a hero response. So he's going to get a tough status card and another boost card. So 1. All right, so we're at 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's going to scheme for 4, which is going to take it up to 8, which is going to take out the Rise of the Red Skull. And we're going to go over to 2A. 2A says, New World Hydra. The Red Skull is one step closer to unlocking the full power of the Infinity Stone. You need to stop him before he does, and all reality is bent to his evil will. Reveal the top card of the side scheme deck and put it into play. And we flip over to here, which says, after resolving step 1 of the villain phase, reveal the top card of the side scheme deck and put it into play. All right. All right, so top card of the side scheme deck. And it comes into play is, what do we have here? Hydra reinforcements. What Hydra lacks in skill, they make up for in sheer numbers. And that's going to come out with 2 on it. All right. And we're kind of running out of space here for stuff. Luckily, our side scheme deck is almost gone. Okay. That was Red Skull scheming. When this comes out, it should come out with 1 on it because it has a 1 right there, 1 per player. So then the Hydra Regular and the Sleeper will both scheme, so that's 2 more because things are going swimmingly. All right, and then we're going to draw an encounter card because we can't be done yet. Oh, we get to draw 2 encounter cards because Hydra reinforcements are out there. Okay, counter card number 1. Hydra Regular is going to come out and he gets Incite 1, which is going to put 1 threat on the main scheme. All right, this is going to go up 1. All right, and then our next one is boom, Infinite Power. 1 revealed. Hero, give Red Skull a tough status card. Red Skull attacks you. Oh, I'm Alter Ego. Sorry. Give Red Skull a tough status card. Oh, Red Skull schemes. Even better. All right, he already has a tough status card, so I don't have to worry about that, but he's going to scheme again. So he's got 2, 3. We're going to get a boost card. Boost card says 1. All right. So he schemes for 4. So we're up to 8. 8 on the New World Hydra, which goes out at 11. Okay. It's our hero's turn. All right, T'Challa, what can we do here? So T'Challa's going to need to rest. We could potentially bring the Falcon out and get rid of some of the scheme. We've got our Panther Claws too, which can do some damage and help take out some of the bad guys. We need to take out some bad guys. All right, so where are we going to start at here? Well, the thing we know we need to do is we need to rest because we need some of our health back. We're almost gone. So when we rest, we have a 4 recovery plus our downtime. So we're going to recover 6, which is good. It's going to put us back at 3. All right, next up, we've got all sorts of crazy out there. Ooh, oh, that's an elite minion. So when I get rid of this, I get to discard a non-elite minion. Well, that could be handy. I can't take threat off of that until I get rid of this right here, the Mass Chaos. Oh, so we got problems in spades. All right, so if we bring Panther Claws out, then we can do some damage. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use our Vibranium to bring our Panther Claws out. So now we've got some tactical stuff and some Panther Claws. Actually, we're flipping things around here. Let's see, downtime's going to stay, team training's going to stay. All right. All right. Now we want to hold on. We want to be able to play our Wakanda Forever. But we can't play both our Wakanda Forever and Falcon or Vision. All right. So how are we gonna play this one? Because we can reduce cost of somebody by 2, which is not going to be enough. We can spend, because I kind of want a Wakanda Forever. If I do that, I can take out that and that, which would allow me to take out this. Giant Man, probably going to need to thwart, maybe. Giant Man thwarts. Am I more worried about the mass chaos, or am I more worried about Hydra reinforcements? Or I really need to take that sleeper out. It's only got 5 health. All right, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to use our helicarrier. We'll use... Oh, and then I can't use my Avengers Tower because it only applies to when I play an ally. Yeah, all right, so we're going to use our helicarrier to do a Wakanda Forever. Oop, hold on. We need to go over to Black Panther because what I want to do is hero stuff. So I'm going to use my helicarrier. My Wakanda Forever is a hero action. All right, so I'm going to do 2 damage. And then I get to remove, and then if I do this second, I get to remove threat from a scheme. So we're going to do this first, which is the 2 damage. I'm going to take out this Hydra regular. All right. Then we're going to do remove 2 threat from a scheme. And we'll take 2 off of the Hydra reinforcements. All right, and that says when the player who defeated this scheme discards a when defeated, the player who defeated this scheme discards a non-elite minion. All right, so then we can get rid of this Hydra regular. All right, we're cutting them down. That feels good. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to discard these 2 allies to play enhanced reflexes, which is going to come out with 3 energy counters on it. 3. All right. Then, what am I going to do with Giant Man here? I think we have Giant Man. Go ahead and, do we have him thwart? I'm going to go ahead and have him attack. So we'll have him attack the sleeper. So he's going to attack for, when he attacks, he's going to attack for 4. It's going to be, it doesn't matter because the sleeper's got tough. The tough is going to go away. He's going to take a retaliate, which means he's below his, he's now going to be at 2 hit points because he's got 4 plus 1, 5. He's taking 3 damage, so he's at 2 remaining hit points. So he doesn't get to do his super attack anymore, which is okay because I'm probably going to sacrifice him next. All right, where are we at there? So I don't think there's anything else I can do, so I am done. And draw back up 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we've got Ancestral Knowledge, Triskelion, Vibranium, Enhanced Reflexes, and Shuri. Shuri would let me search my deck for an upgrade card, which there's one of them. Yeah, so that's my body armor, I think, is in there. All right, anyway. We're over to the villain's turn. So what's going to happen on the villain's turn? This is a problematic piece of it. This is at 8. It's going to go up to 9. All right, we're going to reveal the last side scheme, which is prison camps. When defeated, so under Hydra's rules, families are separated and incarcerated without due process. When defeated, the player who defeated this scheme searches their deck and discard pile for an ally and puts it into play and shuffles their deck. All right, that's going to come out with 3 on it. And an acceleration token. That's the scary part of that. Okay. Now, Red Skull is going to see Black Panther out there, but Giant Man is going to step in front of this one. So Red Skull is attacking for 1, 2, 3, 4 plus a boost card. So 4 plus the boost is 5, 6. So he takes 6, Giant Man takes 6, and he's out of there. All right. So much for Giant Man. All right, the Sleeper is going to see Black Panther out there. He's going to come attack Black Panther. Black Panther is going to take 3 from the Sleeper. So I'm taking 6 total now, but I get to retaliate for 1. So that's good at least. I did 1. All right, ooh, this should be off of here. Okay, I don't think I'm missing anything. All right, we need an encounter card. Do we get additional encounter cards? No additional encounter cards. So 1 encounter card. We get Master Strategist. Attached to Red Skull. When Red Skull activates, give him an additional boost card for each side scheme in play, then discard this. Okay. There's some pain. All right. So that is the end of the villain's turn. We're over to the hero's turn. Oh, this is messy. So what are we looking at going into this? We have plenty of resources. We can put cards in our discard pile, but it's not going to do us a whole lot of good. We're going to be looking at Red Skull's going to do a ton of damage. So we really need to get somebody into play here. Unfortunately, I can't make Shuri cheaper. Let's see, I can bring the Triskelion into play. I can use the Helicarrier to bring the Triskelion into play. So Helicarrier for Triskelion. All right, that's going to increase my ally count. Woohoo! We can use, so the Avengers Tower makes Avengers cheaper. That doesn't help me. We can use our Vibranium to bring Shuri into play. So that says, enters play, search your deck for an upgrade and add it to your hand. And shuffle my deck. So do I have any upgrades in here? I do, I have my Vibranium suit. And I shuffle my deck. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. All right. She does have +1 hit point, so that's good. And we're going to need it. I can get 1 from there. I can put 3 different cards from my discard pile into my deck, which would be nice. What was left in my deck was Wakanda Forever and the Golden City. Let's see here. What's going to get me out of this mess? Nothing, because... Oh, yeah. I can get rid of the prison camps. That'll be handy. All right. Do I bring the Vibranium suit in? I know I'm going to get a Wakanda Forever next round. I think we're going to go with that. So we're going to get our Vibranium suit out. Build our suit up, because we really need to be able to get some damage off of us back to the bad guys. All right. I would like to take the Sleeper out, but there isn't anything I can do about him right now. So what we're going to do is I'm going to need to get rid of 3 threat, and we need to get rid of the prison camps because it's got the acceleration token. So when I get rid of prison camps, it says the player who defeated this scheme searches their deck and discards a pile for an ally and puts it into play and shuffles their deck. All right, so we're going to look for an ally to bring into play. Is Falcon the right ally to put into play? When he comes into play, I get to remove, or I can put War Machine into play. War Machine would be nice, because he's got toughness, so he could absorb an attack, but not from... Red Skull's got piercing and ranged, so he couldn't absorb the attack. I think Falcon's going to be the one to bring into play. Because when he comes into play, I get to remove 3 threat, or the other option would be I can bring Giant Man back into play and he can just take out the sleeper. I think that sounds really good. Let's do that. Let's go grab Giant Man. Where's he at? Giant Man, Giant Man. There he is. Kaboom! Bring Giant Man back into play. All right. So he gets +2 attack while he has 3 or more hit points. He currently has 5. So he's going to attack and take out the sleeper. And I should have consequential damage on both of these because he's attacking for 4. The sleeper's got 5 hit points. He's already got 1 damage on him. Sleeper's going to go. I don't take Retaliate because I defeat him, and he doesn't retaliate when he's defeated. So when defeated, remove Sleeper from the game, and the Sleeper awakens, goes out of the game. All right, out of the game. Woohoo! There we go. And that is the end of the Black Panther's turn. So we're going to go over to Red Skull's turn, but I need to draw. So I'm going to get 1, 2, draw back up to 5. When I do that, he's going to get a boost card. All right, let's see what we come up with here. Now, if I can make it out of this, I can start to come back, but that's a pretty rough call right now. We'll see how that works out. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, what do we got here? We've got, there's a couple of Wakanda Forevers and a Golden City. It looks like there's a lot of fun to be had if I can make it to the next round. All right, let's remove some exhaustion tokens. And we're going over to the villain side. So villain side, we're at 9. This is going to go up to 10. We're up to 10. There's no side scheme deck anymore. So the side schemes don't go away, or go away. Red Skull is going to see Black Panther out there and is going to want to attack. He's got this Master Strategist, which says when he's activating, and give him an additional boost card for each side scheme in play. So he's going to get 2 boost cards. Sure, he's going to step out and defend against this one. So he's attacking for 1 from the boost, 2 from the gun, and he's going to get 2 boost cards. So 2 plus 2 boost cards. And we get 1. So he's going to attack for 3. Wow, that was kind of lame. So if he attacks for 3, he's going to do 3 to her, which does 4 damage, which is enough to take her out. All right, so Shuri's out of there. And the Master Strategist goes away. All right, next, we need another encounter card, so we're on to encounters. And encounter card number 1 is a Hydra Jet Trooper, which has Quick Strike. All right, so he's going to come into play, and he's Quick Strike attacking for 2. I think I'll go ahead and take the 2 damage. means we're going to retaliate him for 1. All right. Counter card number 2 is... oh, it's an advance. Damn it. One revealed the villain's scheme. So he's scheming for 2. He's going to get a boost of infinite power. He's going to get a boost of 2. So he's going to scheme for 4. And there it happened. So that gets him up to 14 out of 11. Oh, I had a pretty good comeback possible in the next round. My gear was going to start kicking in. So that's the problem with the Black Panther deck, is when your gear's at the bottom and your Wakanda Forevers are at the top, that's just not a good combo. So I think we'll give it another try later, but we almost got Red Skull in his attempt to take over the government, but it looks like it happened this time around. So maybe we'll do better next time. So guess that's it for now. Let me know if I missed anything in my play here. There is a lot of stuff going on. That's Red Skull and Black Panther and all of his stuff. And then because I'm playing leadership, I have all sorts of other crazy things going on too. Got to remember my tower, remember my helicarrier. Target acquired would have been nice, but it wasn't a boost card there to cancel the advance at the end. So I guess that's it. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything, and just like to say thanks again for Charlie played a game with me, and we actually beat Red Skull in a 2-player game. So I don't get very many multiplayer games, and that was a lot of fun. So I had a good time. But yep, if you saw anything, let me know. Actually, let me go through my deck here really fast so I can show you what I added to it. Let's get all of the... you saw most of it because I went through and played. So I've got a lot of permanents in there. We've got Endurance, Avengers Mansion. I have an Avengers Assemble in there. We've got your standard double resource cards are in there. I've got Hawkeye is in there. So I've got Hawkeye in there because I have a lot of allies that have high cost. And I have more allies than I can put on the board. So the thought is, with all those allies that are in there, ideally, I can fill the board up and potentially have Hawkeye be shooting them. And then I have a couple of Avengers Assemble and a Strength in Numbers, grab cards, be able to go for a big attack. Ideally, didn't work out that time. I kind of ended up I drew all of my ally boosts before I got my allies. And then I drew all of my Wakanda Forevers before I got my suit. So just didn't work out. So got lots of allies. If there's something you would change up, let me know. I've got, what do we got? We got Hawkeye, Falcon, Stinger, War Machine in there, Squirrel Girl, Vision, Black Knight. Black Knight's in there because Red Skull's got a lot of toughness and Black Knight has piercing. So he was kind of a special pick just for this go at Red Skull. War Machine was another Avenger that I wanted to throw in there. I think Giant Man and Hawkeye, I think those make sense. The enhanced reflexes are in there to be permanents to go on the boards for more resources. Don't know how well that works out. Maybe I should be looking for something else there. Yeah, I don't have any of the recursion stuff. I don't have Maria Hill in here. Maybe I should be throwing her in this deck. Let me know what you think in the comments. We'll give it another play here and see how it goes. So anyway, that's it for now. And thanks for watching.